Thanks for watching YouTube. Let's get this started. Right now. That was an anticlimactic start. Let's try that again. Thanks for watching YouTube. Let's get this started. The Joyful Yooper presents Blue Collar Camo, a blue collar outdoor podcast focusing on hunting, fishing, and everything outdoors without breaking the bank. Join the discussion, share your thoughts, and thank you for listening to Blue Collar Camo. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching Blue Collar Camo. I am the Joyful Yooper. Coming up, episode 2. This is the first real episode where we're going to get into some actual things here. But just in case you missed the first part, this is Blue Collar Camo. How I got up with that name is camouflage and outdoor gear that you can afford. But it's good stuff too. We're going to talk about lots of things, pretty much anything I want to talk about because it's my podcast. Let's be honest. But I want to see, hey, what's the DNR saying? What are you saying? How's the hunting? How's the fishing? How's the trapping going? I will tell you that I am 0 for 0 on trapping this year, unless you count skunks. I got a couple of those. Funny story. I came home. The first skunk I caught, I called my wife and said, hey, I got a skunk. Of course, she asked the obvious, right? Did it spray? I'm like, no, it didn't spray. It sprayed. But, so we dispatched the skunk. And my coyotes like skunk. This was early in the year when bobcat trapping was going on. I said, bobcats like skunks? Okay, so we used them as bait. And I came home and I had to go somewhere. My wife gets in my truck and she's like, "Who? Nope. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. My truck stunk for weeks. If you go back to this spot right now, it still smells like a skunk. I mean, it is terrible." Fast forward to a couple weeks ago, a buddy of mine, he's like, "Hey, I think there might be something in your trap." I don't know what it is. He knew. He's like, "I ain't dealing with this." Oh, man. His entire yard. We're trapping in a area behind his house. And he goes out in the country, but his entire yard still smells like a skunk. It's absolutely horrid. I had to pretty much I stripped down to my boxers on my front porch. I'm pretty sure my neighbors now hate me. But I came in the house and immediately had to take another shower. Keynote that if you take peroxide, dish soap, and baking soda and mix it all in like a big cup and then shower with that, it does a pretty good job. I don't know who first came up with this, but I heard about it on the Meat Eater podcast, and it works pretty well. Okay, it works really, really well. But let's get into what the DNR is saying. Okay, let's see. We've got coming up here. You've got 2 days left. Okay, 2 days. January 1st or 31st. Okay, you have to apply by January 31st. I already put my application in. You can too. But the Michigan DNR is initiating. This is from the Michigan.gov website. Okay, it says the DNR launches Deer Management Initiative to tackle contemporary challenges. Okay, this was just released on January 17th, 2024. All right, what it is, it's I live in the Upper Peninsula, but deer numbers are down. Okay, and when I say deer numbers are down, they are way, way down, okay? In the Upper Peninsula, in the western half, they are down more than 25% compared to last year. In the eastern half of the Upper Peninsula, they're down like 10 to 24. Most counties in Michigan are down at least 10%. There's a few that increased right on the border, southern border, but not much, okay? But, so the deer numbers are down. The DNR is wanting to put this initiative together to have us, you, me, everybody else, join in the discussion to see, hey, how can we help fix this? Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, hey, the wolves have got my deer. The wolves have got my deer. And you know what? You're not wrong, okay? Wolves are definitely a factor, but so are other predators, right? Black bear, cougars, even though sometimes they say, we don't have any cougars. There's tons of trail cam pictures of them up right here. I just saw one the other day. Someone had a trail cam picture of a cougar right along our western border. I won't say who, but definitely did. But let's see what it says here. Okay, so this deer management initiative, okay, if you live in the Lower Peninsula, there's one, and if you live in the Upper Peninsula, there's one, okay. I obviously want to go to the Upper Peninsula one because that's where I live, that's where I hunt. That's what happens to the deer that I harvest. It directly has an effect on my grocery bill. By the way, venison tacos, venison nachos, and I'm not talking about just ground venison, although it's good. Take some stew meat or a roast, shred it, add your seasonings, put it over some nachos. We had that the other night. Fantastic. Fantastic. If you want a recipe, I'll make one up for you and send it your way. I'm sure there's a bunch online. Just Google it, okay? But yeah, so high predation. This is bovine tuberculosis, some CWD. That's kind of downstate. Upper Peninsula, challenging weather patterns, predators. That's kind of the biggest thing they're focusing on. Okay, so if you are interested in getting your voice out there, getting your voice heard, apply. Start talking to people, right? That's kind of what I'm doing. Deer Management Initiative, the DMI. Dun dun dun. DMI. Part of the DMI, yes. Pull over, I'm the DMI. So, Deer Management Initiative, that's what the DNR is doing right now. What about you? How's your hunting going? How was your hunting last year? I did pretty well. I harvested 2 antlered bucks and a doe, which was fantastic for me and my family. Other people, not so lucky, okay? They were not so lucky. A lot of people that I talked to didn't even see any. Weren't able to harvest a deer. Now, whether that was from wolves or not being able to get out there and get hunting, I don't know, but a lot of people weren't as lucky. I was, but that's kind of because I have a nice little chunk of private land that I can hunt on. There are a few wolves though where I'm hunting, right? I mean, the wolves, a lot of people are like, hey, I got all these wolves in the area. But what are the wolves eating, right? I mean, the wolves have got to be eating something. They're probably eating deer, or a big majority of deer, right? So, are the wolves good for the deer numbers, sheer numbers alone? Probably not, right? But what are the wolves going after, right? They're going after the weak ones, the small ones. So obviously think fawns, does, but if they're getting away, that's better genes in the gene pool, right? Something to think about. On to gear. Done. Okay, check this out. I was going to Walmart the other day, and I picked out some broadheads that they had on clearance. And I mean, I'm a guy. I shop with my eyes, okay? Normal price on these broadheads were like $40. Anyway, I think they're like 40 to $50 normal price. I got these for like 22 and a half. The Oz Cut Hurricanes, right? 100 grain fixed blade broadheads. Check this out. I don't know if you can't see this because you're listening. I'm going to tell you what's happening. They're in a nice little flip top case. Almost looks like a case for bullets. The front flips over. It's got a nice hologram on it, or I think that's called holograms. It's got a deer and then a target with this bow in it. Fantastic logo. And you open up the flip top, and encased in plastic are these 3 broadheads. But behind the 3 broadheads are red LED lights. So, man, they look so pretty. I don't even know if I want to hunt with these because this is such a cool marketing ploy and such a cool just box and packaging. I don't even know if I want to hunt with these because I don't know if I want to take them out. Or if I do, I'm going to put something else in it because I like this box a whole lot. Anyway, these are the Oz Cut broadheads, the Hurricane model. 100 grains, stainless steel. Like I said, I got these on clearance. So we're going to see how they do this next archery season. I will keep you updated if I choose to use them. I picked up another pack, but that's for another episode. So get you some of these Oz Cut Hurricane broadheads on clearance at your local Walmart. Or if you're like me and have to drive just to go to a Walmart, you're not so local Walmart, but you know what I mean. Alright, so we talked about some gear. Talked about what the DNR is saying. I don't really have a guest here to talk about how their hunting is going. So we're just gonna move on to something that I found interesting on the news today. If I can find the article. So I was on the AP News this morning, and I saw this article. I'm just pulling it up. Oh, yep. All right. So this is on apnews.com. Okay. Check this out. This is a thief who stole Wizard of Oz ruby slippers is sentenced. That's right. He stole the slippers worn by Judy Garland from the Wizard of Oz Museum. And man, it is such an interesting article. It's stolen from Minnesota, and he thought they were real rubies. Apparently his fence, he's like, yeah, they gotta be rubies. That's why they're insured for $1 million. This guy is like 76 years old. In his 70s. He's like, I just want one more last hoorah. So he talks to his former mob buddies, old mob guys, and just steals the slippers. Smash and grab with a hammer out of Minnesota. I'm thinking this is like the most Midwest thing ever. He's like, yeah, in Minnesota, there's other things to steal. In the article, it was like, hey, like I said, this is found on AP News, okay, so go there, check it out. It said that the slippers were recovered in an FBI sting. It's like, okay, can you imagine that briefing? Can you imagine that? You know, it's like all the agents, you know, like, okay, hey, listen up. Agent Toto is going to give us a briefing. Obviously, I'm making this up. This is all sarcasm. Don't sue me. But Agent Toto is going to give us a briefing. Listen up, team. We're going in for a major sting today. Suspected crime worth $3.5 million. It's like, oh my God, what is it? Is it guns? Is it drugs? No. This is even better. This is better than God. This is art. They're like, oh man, I bet you it's a Picasso. It's a Picasso, for sure. They're like, all right, so what are we going after, boss? Like, we're going after some slippers. We're going to sneak through the house. We're going to find these slippers. But guess what? Don't let the owner, don't let him click his heels. That would be bad. It'll send him right home. Got to catch him red-handed. See what I did there? I mean, come on. Think about this briefing, right? I don't know. I would probably be laughing in this briefing. Okay, so that's what I found interesting today. I hope you like this. I hope you're watching, and get yourself some clearance clothes over at Walmart. Hey, before I go, they got some really nice clearance hunting clothes right now. I mean, like, I'm moving this stack in my office because I'm ill prepared. Look at this. See this coat is, and I say look at this because I'm on live on my YouTube channel too. This is a Takari jacket with a nice shell, fleece lined in there. Normal price on this was $65. I got it for $31. It's got a really nice, cool, interesting camo pattern on it, but half price. I got well over $100 worth of camouflage clothes for less than $100. I mean, I didn't even add it up, but I got them for about half price. So go over there right now before it runs out. I have a really big problem with buying clearance camo because, as I said in the intro, I couldn't ever afford any kind of camo. I remember buying my first camouflage shirt, and I sure as heck can't buy camouflage now. Some of those are like $800 just for a coat. While I'm sure it's really worth it, I don't have $800 to spend on a camouflage coat. That's not $2,000 on my plow truck. I mean, it runs, it drives, it's rusty, but I only spent $2,000 on it before all the repairs. But still, I think I'm about up to $3,000 now. But I'm thinking, man, $800 for a coat. So you get the coat for $800. You get the hoodie for a couple grand. You get the boots. I'm like, you're walking around with $10,000 on you, and you haven't even shot an animal yet. But don't get me wrong. If one of those companies want to sponsor this podcast, I'm all for it. Give me some gear. We'll do it. Okay. I'll do it just for the gear. I don't care. But get you over to Walmart. If you're looking for some camouflage clothes, get you some right now on clearance at your local Walmart. Join the Deer Management Initiative of Michigan. Get out there, get your voice heard, because the more hunters like you and me express our opinions and talk to people, then the better hunting will be for us, for future generations to come. And as always, please be blessed. Get outside, get out hunting, get out trapping, get out fishing. I've got to do some ice fishing this year. I didn't get to. Let me know how you do. Join the discussion. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, leave a review. And as always, thanks for watching. Blue Collar Camo wants to thank you for listening. for this week's episode. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, leave us a review, and tune in next week for more.